Isaiah 45 verse 1, and 4 through 6. The Lord said to Cyrus, "It is I who arm you, though you know me not, I am the Lord, there is no other. Thus says the Lord to his anointed, Cyrus, whose right hand I grasp, subduing nations before him, and making kings run in his service, opening doors before him and leaving the gates unbarred. For the sake of Jacob, my servant, of Israel, my chosen one, I have called you by your name, giving you a title, though you knew me not. I am the Lord and there is no other, there is no God besides me. It is I who arm you, though you know me not, so that toward the rising and the setting of the sun people may know that there is none besides me. I am the Lord, there is no other." This reading focuses on the Persian king Cyrus, who defeated the Babylonians and then allowed the Jews to return to their homes if they wished to do so. Keep in mind that the Babylonian captivity began in 605 BC and Babylon fell to Cyrus in 539 BC, isn't it wonderful how God works? The Jews who had remained in Israel were too weak, militarily to take on the Babylonian Empire, as were the Jewish exiles who live within the empire. God again intervened in humanity, and supported Cyrus's efforts to overcome the Babylonian Empire. Of course, God's endgame was to restore Israel as he had promised. God used Cyrus, a Gentile, to free his chosen people from the Babylonians, and then Cyrus allowed their release from captivity. It is important to remember that God created one, both Gentile and Jew, for specific purposes, and Cyrus had fulfilled God's purpose. Some of the exiled Jews found themselves established in Babylon, and saw no reason to begin again in Israel, a land that was now foreign to them, as was Babylon to their ancestors. The Jewish captives' only commonality with Israel was their heritage and religion. After Cyrus allowed the Jews to return to Jerusalem, the entire world came to recognize God's faithfulness to the covenants he made with Israel, to be a great nation, and the families of the world would be blessed, through the physical line of Abraham. God had a purpose in mind for Cyrus, and God has a specific purpose in mind for you, and the purpose will be made clear to you, in God's time, not our time. Cyrus was slain in battle in 530 BC, and buried in this tomb which lies at this site in southwest Iran. God works in mysterious ways. Don't question why things happen, because the majority of the time it is a blessing in disguise.